another thing about Grandma, she loved to go to the fair. We used to go on Saturday morning, and we would stay all day long. And then the little games, I think they cost a dime, but she would give us money to play the games, and then she would fuss at the vendors because they took the children's money. And believe it or not, when Grandma died, she still had a jar that she was saving change to take the children to the fair. The children she was talking about was us, and we had children of our own. So.
And didn't she not wear underwear in the fields?
Right. And she's the only person that I've ever seen in my life that could pee standing up. She would go to the edge of the field, out of sight, and stand up and pee. And I do not know that she wore a lot of petticoats, but all older women did. They had layers and layers of slips on, and looks to me like they would have burned up in the summertime. But
even when she worked in the fields, they wore petticoats.
In the fields, she never wore pants. She wore dresses all the time, and layers and layers of under slips.
Wow.
Which were made out of sacks that feed came in.
Did y'all wear those?
Yeah. When Daddy would buy, almost everything came in print sacks. It was really pretty material, and Mama would always make Daddy get 2 of the same pattern every time so we could make. Mama made dresses out of them for us. They were pretty. It was good material.
Like cheesecloth.
No, it was just like
linen.
percale. It was like percale.
Really?
Yeah, it was. They were designed for people to use. There's actually a store, cloth store here now that actually sells feed sack material, and it's pretty. They were pretty prints.
Wow. What's your best memory of Grandma Lucy or Earl, or your mom and dad? Or funny?
I don't know how they did all they did. I am absolutely fascinated. We was poor, but we didn't know it because everybody else was the same way. 7 children, 5 of them graduated from high school. The other 2 got GEDs.
Who didn't graduate?
Ted and Norman, but they went back and got their GED.
I didn't know
that. And let's see. I remember when Ted was in the Army. I think he was in Japan. We would go. Sometimes 2 weeks without getting a letter from him. And Mama wouldn't cry. She was okay. And then we would get 4 or 5 letters in one day. And you could write it down. Mama cried all day long. And I don't mean quiet. She'd cry out loud all day long. And I remember when Ted came home from military, then it was safer than now. They hitchhiked home. And he was coming out the road from with his duffel bag over his back, and we stood in the yard and didn't run to meet him. We all stood down, just waited till he got there, and he laid his duffel bag down and laid down and kissed the ground, and he screamed. Then we was all crying. He screamed. He didn't sound like a person. He sounded like an animal. He screamed so loud. And I think we cried the rest of the day. So.
What about Grandpa?
Grandpa, your grandpa or my daddy?
Yeah, my grandpa.
My daddy,
Mm-hmm.
I thought my daddy could walk on water. I felt the same way about Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Daddy could do anything. There wasn't nothing he couldn't fix. Uh, I never changed after I got married. I still thought my daddy could do anything. Uh,
It's a good feeling.
I don't see how they made it with when, but we, Daddy trapped and sold mink and muskrat skins, and made extra money. We got the first television in our neighborhood, and he self-taught himself to work on televisions, and he made extra money that way. Um, they were really smart to raise 7 children in that time, because it was right after the Depression. It was rough. I don't remember being poor. Don't remember it, because everybody else was the same way. So.